Dr. James David Manning is a pastor that we've talked about on TYT quite a bit. He's the head of the ATLAH World Missionary Church in Harlem. And recently he had this really hateful sign up against gay marriage that said the following. It said that, you know, Obama has released the homo demons on the black man. Look out, black women. A white homo may take your man. Anyway, so he has gone further. Apparently that wasn't enough for him, so they changed the sign to say that Jesus would stone homos. Stoning is still the law. Mm-hmm. Well, Jennifer Louise Lopez, who lives in the area, was offended by this, and she's a lesbian, so she thought, hey, you know what, why don't I go over there and see if they would actually stone me for my sexual orientation. Let's take a quick look at the video.
Hey there, how's it going?
All right.
I saw your sign.
Okay.
And I'm here for my stoning. I'm a lesbian. You guys are gonna stone me?
What does the sign say? Read the sign.
I did.
Do you understand what it's saying?
Yeah, I'm here for my stoning.
Okay.
Is it you that's gonna stone me?
No, I don't have any stones.
You don't have any stones? Who's gonna stone me? Are you gonna send a person to stone me?
He's not here.
He's not here? When he's gonna be here to stone me?
Tomorrow.
Come back tomorrow for my stoning?
Yeah.
Your name is?
Doesn't matter. If you're coming back tomorrow, come back tomorrow, please. I have work to do. You're gonna.
So you're not gonna stone me?
I don't have any stones in my pocket.
All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue that Pastor Manning is a stoner. Right? I would not argue with that.
Yeah, Jimmy Dore showed up to the place to get stoned too, but we're not legally allowed to show that on YouTube.
I like how he had all his keys on that one big long look. It's like he's still in the 80s. This guy with his keys, the thing, and it's just like.
Well, their mentality is from like the 50s. Mm-hmm. It's incredible. But anyway, I do want to say that Jennifer Louise Lopez did get that idea from Pamela Raintree. If you don't remember her, she's a transgender woman who actually stood up to a local politician who was proposing legislation that would basically violate the rights of the transgender community. And so she got up there and she said something similar, and the politician that proposed that legislation actually decided, you know what, even though I sponsored this, I'm not going to vote for it. Mm-hmm. And as a result, it didn't pass. So I like that she took that example, she used it, she sent out that message, kind of calling their bluff, because they're totally full of shit. Oh, you know, it's all bark, no bite, and that's a good thing. I'm not an advocate for them actually carrying out these hateful crimes.
But it does point out their absolute cowardice and hypocrisy, exactly. You know, because they'll call for this stuff, and then when it actually comes to being confronted with what they've actually said, they have no balls whatsoever, you know, and that's a good thing. Again, we don't want them to pick up a stone and start stoning her, but
which a few people in that congregation probably would. I would have to imagine there's a small percentage.
Well, and the other part is, I mean, I'm no expert on the Bible, but if I remember correctly, there isn't anything. I don't think Jesus ever said anything about being gay in the Bible at all.
Did he stone people in the Bible? Because they're saying he would.
I don't think he stoned anybody. I don't think he advocated for them to be stoned. I mean,
I think what Jesus said, don't ask, don't tell.
And also, you know, by the way, so if this particular pastor is so interested in the Bible, I do believe that that if you eat shellfish, you're supposed to be stoned too. So I just hope that someone has checked to make sure that he hasn't been eating any shellfish.
Yeah, it also has a lot of parts of the Bible are perfectly fine with slaves being kept, okay, and beaten to it, so they won't die from the beating, but you can beat the shit out of them and get them to do what you want. Women, of course, no rights for women. I'm sure all the women members of the congregation would love that sign out the front of it. But no, they're not gonna talk about that part.
It's always about using your religion to meet your agenda.
Yeah, but I love that you brought up the cowardice. I mean, the guy wouldn't say his name. He's willing to, you know, like stand there saying that they should be stoned or whatever. And you might respond, well, he might not have been the guy who put up the sign, and that's fine. But if I was in any organization that put that sign up, you fucking walk out. You don't affiliate yourself with that. I don't care what else they do. If they say that you should be killing a group of people in America, you walk the fuck out. And there's nothing strong about that. No, you're not stronger because you think lesbians should be killed. That shows some fundamental emotional or psychological weakness inherent in you. And it's only backed up by your inability to face down a single woman with a webcam.
Yes. So it's the same thing. It's just like if you're a part of an organization at the tippy top is like harboring, I don't know, pedophiles, you walk out of that organization, right? If they're thwarting police investigations of child rape, you leave that organization. You certainly don't give it money so they can hire more lawyers to harbor more pedophiles, right? Oh, wait a minute. That's exactly what the whole Catholic Church is doing, right? Now, I grew up Catholic, so I 12 years in Catholic school, so and I was almost touched. But I had a sour stomach that day, and I got out of it. But This is a true story. That's a true story. Yes, Father, what was his name? Daniel Holohan tried to rape me. But we got away from him and broke a gumball machine on the way out. But other than that, we were okay. This is a true story.
This is getting more specific.
Yeah, I thought I told you guys a story.
Wait, this is true? Or
Yeah.
I can't tell if you're joking.
No,
or
this
not.
is absolutely true.
What?
So when I was in 8th grade, our priest used to take us up to his, he had a summer home with a boat. And he would take up like 4 or 5 good-looking kids, and
he had a necklace that said "No fatties."
and he had
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
and he had the day scheduled so you'd have to change your clothes 4 or 5 times. Like you'd have to get there and change into your work clothes because you had to do work before you could go on the boat. And then when you got off the boat, you had to change back so you can go eat lunch. Then you had to change back into your swim clothes. And every time we changed our clothes, he would find a reason to come into the room we were changing and wrestle one of us.
Oh.
And he's not a wrestle type guy. He's more of a bookish nerd. He was a nerd kind of a guy.
Yeah.
And so, and but the way we looked at it, like if you got caught, it was your fault. You know, it's like, this guy's coming at you. You got to get away from him. And we're just using him for his boat. You know what I mean? So it was mutual. He was trying to get a little.
No, it's not mutual. Children are not on the same
tease.
level as adults.
No, I agree.
I know.
Okay. No, I agree. But that's how we looked at it. We were boys.
As kids, you don't know what you don't know
Yeah.
that that's completely wrong and criminal what he was doing. As kids, you think, okay, well, I'll just do my best to survive in this situation and get something out of it, maybe. But oh my God.
Yeah, we talked about it. We called him Happy Hands Holohan. Was our nickname for him, right? And then our parents, everybody would get mad. That's disrespectful and don't. So I'm like, hey, he's grabbing my dick. I don't know if you noticed these. That's why we call him Happy Hands. Okay?
Wow.
Yeah, don't call him. That's the bad part. You can't say Happy Hands. But him touching our dicks, they were completely okay with.
Did the parents know that he was doing these things?
They pretended they did, just like all the Catholics. They just shut it out. Yeah, of course they didn't believe us. And then like 4 years later, a letter got passed around to the whole congregation, like they sent it to your house about how he was going on a sabbatical to Arizona for a retreat, and he needs our prayers. They never said what he did, but he needed our prayers. Our priests need our prayers more than anybody. That's what the letter said. I remember. Jeez. Yeah. So I know what I'm talking about when I talk about the pedophile stuff and the molestation and the Catholic Church, and it just goes to show that you're no better, right? It's human nature to be afraid. It's human nature to worry and to want somebody to take care of you and to have a heaven that you're going to go to afterwards. But here's the sad truth. When you die, that's it. It's over. So you better fucking make it worthwhile while you're here, because you're waiting for this heaven that it's not coming. Jesus said, the kingdom of my Father is laid upon the earth, but the eyes of men do not see it. So enjoy it right now, which is why I drink scotch, smoke pot, and buy lingerie for my wife.